about the shove, that moment that happened on stage.
Now, I'm turning it on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more psyched.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez had an intense run-in at the gym that quickly turned physical. Canelo showed up unexpectedly, and things escalated fast. What began as a surprise visit ended in a heated argument and a full-on brawl, but one thing stood out: Crawford didn't flinch. He stayed calm and completely unfazed by Canelo's aggression. Now 37 and already a two-division undisputed champion, Crawford isn't just fighting for titles anymore. He's fighting to leave a lasting legacy.
In your view, Terence Crawford beats Canelo.
He cooks Canelo.
Woo! Really?
He beats him. Yes.
Look, if you go back and you watch the fight with Lara, and you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence have more skills than a Lara, and I think he can do more.
For Crawford, nothing would mean more than beating the biggest name in boxing, Canelo Alvarez. At first, this fight seemed unlikely. Canelo showed little interest and kept brushing it off. But one person changed everything. GA chairman Turki Alalshik stepped in, signed Canelo to a 4-fight deal, and made the Crawford matchup happen. That same man may now be behind what could become just the third loss of Canelo's legendary career. The fight is officially set for September 13th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, and it'll be streamed live on Netflix.
Expect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then he tried to, maybe Turki Alalshik told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So, and he tried to walk me back, and that's why I pushed him.
Although reports say the fight purse is $200 million, with $150 million going to Canelo and $50 million to Crawford, Terence "Bud" Crawford recently told the Ring Champs podcast that he's actually earning just $10 million from the bout. That statement raised eyebrows, with many wondering if Crawford is stepping into the ring mainly for a payday. But veteran boxing insider Rick Glazer doesn't see it that way. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, Glazer made it clear, Crawford isn't doing this for money, he's doing it for legacy. I know it's hard for some people to believe, Glazer wrote, but Terence Crawford is fighting Canelo for one reason and one reason only: legacy. He added that Crawford isn't trying to cash out before retirement. Instead, he's challenging himself at the highest level, showing what a true champion should do. Glazer summed it up by saying, Crawford is going for all the gusto, pointing out that while many fighters talk about greatness, few actually chase the toughest fights.
He's able to be aggressive, not be affected by Bud's punches, and just keep, attacking and imposing that will on him. And then Bud, being a dog that he is, and just saying, you know what, I'm letting loose.
Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from.
If Terence Crawford wins, he'll make history as the first fighter in the four-belt era to become undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes. He's already unified titles at super lightweight and welterweight. This would be a major milestone. In his recent chat with O and Barack, Crawford backed up what analyst Rick Glazer has been saying. I'm doing it for the opportunity, baby. The legacy, Crawford said. Legacy is bigger than the money. 3-time undisputed, coming soon. But beyond his motivation, the big question remains, can Crawford actually beat Canelo Alvarez, who is clearly the bigger man? One fighter who believes Crawford has a shot is Erislandy Lara, the Cuban boxer who gave Canelo one of his toughest fights back in 2014. Lara says Crawford's best weapon will be movement. Staying light on his feet and not letting Canelo set the pace could be the key to pulling off the upset.
You're saying that, Canelo is a super strong guy. Man, technique, you already know. If you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford knows how to take care of himself on the inside. He knows how to smother. He knows how to tie up. He knows how to rough guys up. He knows how to turn guys.
A win over Saul Canelo Alvarez would be massive for Terence Crawford. If he pulls it off, it would mark his 3rd time becoming an undisputed champion, something no American boxer has done in the four-belt era. The Cuban fighter Erislandy Lara, who once faced Canelo in a close fight back in 2014, recently shared advice that could help Crawford make history. Lara lost to Canelo by a split decision but believes Crawford has a real shot if he avoids the mistakes Lara made. His key advice? Keep moving. Don't stand still and let Canelo land shots, especially not on the arms. According to Lara, staying active and out of range is crucial for Crawford to win in Las Vegas on September 13th.
He's tremendous, but could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? But those intangibles.
Lara also admitted that during his fight with Canelo, he played it too safe. His defensive style, while effective at times, didn't impress the judges, who favored Canelo's aggression and heavier punches. He warned that Crawford must not let Canelo control the pace early on or use his physical strength to take over the fight. Crawford, with his sharp technique and ability to switch styles mid-fight, has the tools to follow a similar game plan, but Lara stressed he must do it with more energy and precision. Playing it too cautious, like Lara did in 2014, could backfire. Critics called Lara's performance a Tom and Jerry act, too much running and not enough engagement. If Crawford does the same and avoids too much action, he risks losing rounds and the crowd support at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas.
That can change the effect on Bud, and I think that will be the way that Alvarez can win that fight.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so what do you think? Obviously, if Bud remains slick, what outside of that could cause Canelo to lose?
Las Vegas crowds don't take kindly to boring fights, and with $50 million on the line, Crawford can't afford to hold back. Promoter Turki Alalshik has called this the fight of the century, raising expectations for both fighters to deliver a show worth remembering. Erislandy Lara pointed out that his old style, similar to what William Skull recently used against Canelo, didn't work. In both fights, Canelo controlled the pace and landed the cleaner, harder shots. That's why just moving around the ring won't be enough. Crawford will need to mix smart footwork with strong defense and still stay offensive if he wants to win. Lara calls it a 50-50 fight. He respects Canelo's current power but also sees Crawford's sharp boxing mind as a real threat. If Crawford wants to come out on top, he'll need to take Canelo's punches for all 12 rounds, without losing his rhythm or confidence.
After 7 rounds, he starts to fade a little bit. We've seen that with Bivol. We've seen it in a lot of his fights with Triple G. When Canelo could control the fight and the ring generalship, he could fight 12 rounds pretty good. But when Canelo gets pushed early on in the fight, he starts to fade muscle endurance.
Erislandy Lara's message to Terence Crawford is straightforward. Keep moving, don't let Canelo hit your arms, and don't be overly defensive. If Crawford can balance movement with smart aggression, he has a strong chance to pull off a win in one of the most highly anticipated fights of the year. Lara, who once faced Canelo himself, stressed how important it is for Crawford to rely on his footwork and not repeat the mistake of playing it too safe. Stepping up 2 weight classes, Crawford will need to adjust comfortably if he wants to keep his speed and sharpness, and while many believe Canelo's size gives him the edge, that may not be a big problem for Crawford, thanks to one unique quality. According to former WBO super lightweight champion Chris Algieri, who's followed Crawford's 41-fight career closely, there's something about Bud that sets him apart from the Mexican star.
He just locks in. Especially when you doubt him. So yeah, it's a really interesting matchup. I think of it more from psychological than anything, because on paper it's like, yeah, but he's a super middleweight. He went up 3. Now Terence is going up 3 weight classes. He had a little trouble with Majima. So on paper it's like, yeah, of course it's Canelo. But when you think about it from a psychological standpoint, it's like, I don't know, man.
He understands weight distribution, man. Not only that, the only way that I see Canelo beating Crawford is he got to knock him out. And when was the last time we seen Canelo knock anybody out? Think about that.
If Golovkin, who hits a lot harder than Crawford, could not drop or hurt Canelo.
In a recent chat with Fight Hub TV, Chris Algieri didn't give a full prediction for the Crawford vs. Canelo fight just yet, but he did share one sharp observation. We're still a bit away from the fight, he said. So I'll hold off on a full breakdown. But I'll say this, I've seen Canelo get pushed around. I've never seen anyone do that to Terence Crawford. He went on to say that when it comes to who will take control in the ring, Crawford has always looked in charge, something that hasn't always been the case for Canelo. That's all for now. For more boxing updates, highlights, and expert takes, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss out. See you in the next one.
About the shove, that moment that happened on stage.
Oh. I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13th?
I don't know, but made me feel more.